More naval action time, and today this is a very quick video for folks who are thinking about changing servers and what does it mean. The clan I'm with decided to up sticks and move servers because the population on the server we were at was just not good enough for the sort of excitement and PvP we were after. I think the move has been a good idea. As it stands, the US PvP server was pretty sleepy, so we've moved to the European one, and it's quite the opposite. It's very busy, very exciting. You have to sail around watching the horizons, but these things will ebb and flow based on popularity of the game in various areas. It wouldn't surprise me if this one starts getting a little bit too busy for some people's likings. Anyway, how do you transfer servers? Well, good news is it's easy, and the second news is bad news is you can't transfer servers. All you can do is basically create a new account on the target server. So what does that mean? Well, basically it means you don't take any assets with you at all. So no physical assets will be attributed to you from your previous server. So no ships, no ports, no money, no inventories, no nothing, which can be a bit of a shock. Let me just give this fellow a love tap. You can use your character's name again as long as it's available on the target server, of course. So that's kind of good. When you transfer over, like I say, you bring nothing with you. You're not transferring really, you're just recreating. So as long as the name's free, you can use it. And then when you recreate, what comes over with you effectively is the XP you've earned, both ship or battle XP, I suppose, as well as bounce off, as well as battle XP and crafting XP. They're both bound to your Steam account. They're not attributes of your account on that particular server. So I came over as post captain, and my first day here I am post captain. I was about level 25 crafting, and like I said, that came over with me, so that's rather jolly. The problem, of course, is that you do come over as post captain in my case, which means I've now got a basic cutter, which is arguably not the best ship to, say, do this mission I'm doing now against two serfs. Problematic, I would imagine. So, how do you restart? It's a very good question. Painfully, unless you're with a clan. So if you're with a clan, you buddy up with your clanmates. Maybe one of them has got a high-end mission, and he's maybe managed to already get himself a ship. Then you work his missions with him, and that way you earn yourself some good money fairly quickly. And once you've got a bit of money, of course, you can now buy yourself a decent ship back, and now you can do your missions again, or participate in AI fleeting, or whatever it is. That's rubbish. Or whatever it is you like to do to earn your cash. If you're not with a clan, if you're solo, then life is really hard, because you come over, like I say, in your basic cutter, and you are whatever rank. So if you're a rear admiral, you know, your missions are not something you're ever going to be able to do. And what I found, so when I first came over, I thought, well, let's have a go and see what it would be like if I was playing solo. How would this work out for me? Let's see the ship. How would that work? So what I did was I got him a basic cutter, and obviously you can't do your missions, so for me I spent a lot of my time
chasing down traders and capping or killing traders. So early days you have to kill because you're only in a little cutter, you don't have the crew, unless you've got incredible patience to whittle down a trader to less than 20 crew with your grape and 6 cannons. But I was capping snows and brigs, and you get to steal their ship, so that's handy. You also get their loot, which you can sell, so that helps you get a ship up more quickly. And that's pretty much what I did. And I, in about a day, managed to get myself back to a point where I could afford a ship. And then I could actually cap a couple of traders where I would then be able to steal more cargo, because I could carry more cargo and sell the cargo. And so that was alright. So it's going to cost you a good few sessions. I reckon I had to probably cap 15 or 20 traders. And a couple of other things just to know: if you do hop between your servers, then your crafting XP is shared. So if you use half your crafting XP on server 1, when you log on to server 2, you'll only have half your crafting XP left. Your transfers are specific, so if you transfer to your capital on server 1, your cooldown is not used up. Hello, cheeky camera. Tut, tut, tut. Okay, let's shoot out this one through that one. Now, if you're with a clan, like I say, you can help each other with missions, even in your cutters. In fact, we had a couple of guys in with us capturing third rates, and they brought their cutters, and funnily enough, the third rate's captures were made easier because the cutter would sail next to the third rate to get under its guns so it could give it a bashing. And in doing so, it in itself got caught by the third rate. And then the third rate stopped in order to catch the cutter, and we slaughtered the third rate because it's just sitting there. So we stern raked it, and very quickly managed to whittle its crew down to below 200. And on a third rate, once they get below 200, they don't actually shoot at you anymore. They haven't got enough crew to man their guns. So actually taking cutters in with, we had a couple of consties to knock over a third rate, proved to be a real boon. Obviously the guy who brought his freebie cutter in lost it, but we managed to capture a third rate, so a couple of the guys who were appropriately levelled, all of a sudden they've got third rates, and it sort of snowballs. So your recovery when you're in a guild snowballs quite quickly. The other thing is that if you are in a guild and you're with a particular nation, I'd highly recommend talking to the other nation leaders, because we inadvertently got chatting to a couple of the other guilds, just asking where the action was, where the local bases were. When they heard our clan was bringing over a reasonable number of ships, they actually gave us a couple of loaners. I say loaners because there's a lot of PvP going on here, and it's pretty frightening sailing around with only one durability ship when you're heading to a mission and all of a sudden 3 lovely pirates join in. I have to say, I got caught out on my second day here. I was running around in a bell pool, and a very good player in a enemy came in, and he basically, I was fighting against a couple of ships. I think it was a Surprise and a Merc, and he did a very good job of stern camping me, and I got myself into the situation where I could either fight the Renome, who could outturn me and outrun me. It was a bit of a sales battle, but while that's happening, of course, I'm getting pantsed by the AI. So that didn't end well. The guy I was fighting against was very good. He was very good at staying on my stern, unfortunately. And that was the end of that ship. Took a long time, took the best part of 2 hours. So if you do decide you want to change servers, you've got to be prepared to sort of do a bit of a grind again to get yourself going. It's not too bad, to be honest. I was amazed at how much better I was at the little ships than when I cycled through them the first time in open world. Once I got myself a couple of traders, the other thing I did is once I got a couple of traders and about 30,000 credits from selling trader loot that I'd managed to get hold of, I actually did a number of trade missions. I sailed around a couple of the islands, found out, iron ore on this particular server, silver is well, it's worth gold, silver, oddly enough. So you can make money quite quickly that way, and that's actually how I managed to afford my first ship. Why would you transfer? Well, for me, I transferred because I actually value my guild more than I value my assets. My guild wanted to move. It was a difficult decision. But once you've made it, you've made it. And to be honest, once we got here, it was it was the right thing to do. So I'm glad we did it in the end. It is all a bit of a shock to the system. But in the end, it was a good idea. It was a good move. We're having plenty of action now, and most of us have got enough money to buy a durability ship, a 4 or 5 durability ship. And we're getting our ports re-established, and we're getting our shipbuilding re-established. Crafting takes ages to restart. You've got to get your buildings back up, and that's not easy. You've got to get your materials going. You don't bring any of your blueprints over, which was a real shock to the system. Just the basic level blueprint. So if you're level 25, you can build a frigate or whatever. So no blueprints come with you. That was a bit painful. No materials, and I probably had 1 million credits worth of materials, and I was only at 25 of crafting. So that proved to be a bit of a shock to the old system, I have to be honest. I'm just about ready to start crafting now. What I've found is another good way to make money if you are a crafter, and even if you just get a little bit of money together, you get 15-20k from knocking over traders' brigs and traders' snows and half-inching their load, is to make components and sell them. So that way you're still moving your crafting hours along, and you can, if you find the right components, you can break even or even make a profit. So quite often it's a profit because into the price essentially is factored your crafting hours. And so I actually did a fair bit of that as well, so I was making a bit of profit from what I was crafting. So once I had enough money to buy the materials, I had my full crafting hours available to me, and I just started making mid-grade notes and ingots and flogging them, and they were giving me, it was a small markup, it was a sort of 15-20% markup, but because I had for me at 25, I can't remember what it is, you get about 12 or 1400 crafting hours, it was another quick source of income, because I'd jump into a port, I'd build 3 or 4 crafting notes, and I'd sell them for profit, and so I'm instantly restocking so I can make another crafting note, and that really got me money up quite quickly. So crafting notes, and in the server we were on, ingots. Even though the source materials are exorbitantly high in some of the ports, the busy ports, the capitals, it really was a quick way of making money. So if you've got, once you get a little bit of capital, you don't need much, because you can, silver ingots or gold ingots, you only need 5,000, 10,000. You can make a couple of those. If you're selling them for a profit, and all you're doing is burning a small amount of your crafting hours, you can really earn up your money quite quickly. So for me, within a day, I was back in a bell pool. It's only a 1 durability bell pool. Within 3 days, I'd got ports re-established with buildings, and I had a spare ship, which is just as well, as I said. My Danish colleague decided to to help me not have that ship. But yeah, so transferring, well, you're not transferring, you're just creating your account on another server. It's a little bit painful. Your crafting XP and your battle XP are persistent, associated to your Steam account, not to your login on any particular account. It does take a little bit of time, but if you've got a good reason to go to the server, and we did, and it was the right idea, then for me it proved to be a really good idea. I don't know why I stopped, I must have clicked the S key. And it wasn't too painful, in fact it was a little bit exciting. Restarting allows you to replan what you're going to do. And after just a few days, less than a week now, I've got my shipyard back. I've got a durability, 5 durability bell pool. I've got a spare bell pool, actually this would be a spare frigate, which I'm crafting later on today when my hours come back. And yeah, so it's a bit of a shock to the system, got to be honest. Well worth it. One of the other things just before I finish up is to make note of is you must remember when you first save up for your first ship that your cannon and repair kit cost is high. When you're sailing on one durability ship, so if you've got one you've captured or one you've captured, then to be honest, probably just run around with 3 repair kits because they're expensive and you might lose the ship. No point in losing the ship with 20,000 creds worth of repair kits on it. Anyway, there's a quick there's a quick video on transferring, or in fact recreating in order to move servers. So if you're thinking about it, or you have to do it, or you want to give it a go, that's the giggity do. So anyway, I will see you on the oceans, and I will catch you.